Good morning, friends. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live, and the Kremlin commenting on the Pope's Ukraine plan. And the Pope of Rome, as I mentioned to you just yesterday, he's calling on Ukraine to raise the white flag of surrender. Well, Ukraine is not going to do that, according to some of the latest things that are being said over in Ukraine. The spokesman says here, however, that the Pope's call, as well as those from other countries, including Russia, have recently been met with an absolute harsh rejection by the Kiev regime. In a statement on Sunday, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, without specifically mentioning Pope Francis, stated the religious figures trying to help in Ukraine are together with the people, not 2,500 kilometers away, somewhere virtually mediating between someone who wants to live and someone who wants to destroy you. Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba, meanwhile, responding to the pontiff's claims about the need to be able to accept defeat and show courage and negotiate by insisting a strong person always stands on the side of good, and stressing that Ukraine's flag is the only one by which the country lives, dies, and will prevail. We shall never raise any other flags, Kuleba declared. Well, it looks like it's going to end up being their demise, but then again, this is what a new world order is looking like already, and I want to kind of go into this with you. Don't think for a moment that this war or that the New World Order agenda here in the United States and NATO and their allies is any different from the Putin New World Order. According to Sputnik right here, this actually came out last year here. There's a different one I'm going to share with you in a moment here. SCO commented to establishing a just world order within UN's central role, according to what Putin says here in this article here. Our organization is firmly committed to building a truly just and multipolar world order. Now they call it a multipolar world order. A world order based on international law, on the universal recognized principles of mutually respected cooperation and sovereign states with the central coordinating role of the United Nations, Putin said. Quote, unquote. Now that is pretty much New World Order if you ask me. And what's interesting is that we have, like here on Veterans, VT, Foreign Policy, Veterans Today, they state here, and this is of course an old article, back in 2022, Putin New World Order worships Satan. That's what he says, the New World Order worships Satan. But yet he's willing to start his own world order, right? So which one is it? Which is just the West's New World Order. They're all evil. It's just which one prevails will be which one wins the war. But then again, it's no surprise because after all, like we have on this article right here, Putin is Jewish or a Jew. Documents from the president's biography confirms the rumors. There is his own document written in the Russian language, and the translation. Russian says here, President Putin Vladimir Spranovich is Russian by nationality, mother of the head of state, Maria Ivanovova Shalamov, is listed as Jewish on his own document. Yep, that's what it does, right? Half Jewish by nationality on the mother's side. And of course, anybody knows the order of modern day Judaism. If your mother's Jewish, you're Jewish, not because your father. The historical origin of the surname Shalamov comes from the Jewish male name Shlomo, in Russian Solomon. So, yeah, so he's definitely Jewish. And look, I don't hold that against him being Jewish. But the thing is, he's masquerading around as a Russian Orthodox Christian. And maybe he is. I don't say that he's not. But if you recall, I've reported to you Edward Hudot, who brought out when he was coming back from Israel, flying with another diplomat out of Ukraine. This was long before the war got started, that they were raising up his cousin, this Jewish guy, his cousin, Vladimir Putin, to raise to power in Russia. And of course, Putin actually does that. And by the way, here it is again, another New World Order insider paper, Putin the autocrat eyeing a New World Order. This just came out today in Russia. Yeah, believe it or not, this came out today. Ever since the previous little-known KGB agent became president on New Year's Eve 1999, he has consolidated power by bringing oligarchs to heel, banning any real opposition, and turning Russia into an authoritarian state. His most prolific critic, Alexander Navalny, died in an Arctic prison colony last month in mysterious circumstances. Other opponents are serving lengthy jail sentences or have fled into exile. You know, that's what happens. Boris Yeltsin, Russian first president, appointed him as the head of the FSB security service in 1998, and later he becomes the prime minister. Now, all these things here, very obvious, right? But in October 2023, Putin accused Europe of creating a new Iron Curtain and said Russia was building a new world that would not be based on Western hegemony. What do you know? So even like Henry Makov says here, how Putin is part of the New World Order. This is all the way back in 2014. He was noticing it then. This order they speak of as we shall show, represents essentially a global system of political and economic control over humanity. And Putin, a former KGB boss, is following precisely the strategies towards order outlined openly by the same Western establishment he purportedly stands as bulwark against. He often refers to his vision as imposition of a new multipolar world order, but it is exactly the same order sought by globalist Western power brokers, right? Going on further down. The plot aims to divide planets, peoples, and nations into massive regions ruled by supranational institutions such as the European Union. And by the way, you know, when he talks about coming to help bail Texas out and Florida out and all these other great things he's talking about doing and everything, you lose your sovereignty. Yeah. Yo, he might bail you out. Don't say he would. Wouldn't. Okay? The contemporary quest for the world order will require coherent strategy to establish a concept order within the various regions and to relate these regional orders as one another. And that was what Henry Kissinger had to say. David Rockefeller's infamous Trilateral Commission outlined essentially the same plan. We cannot leap into a world government in one quick step, he said. And in brief, the precondition for eventual globalization, genuine globalization, is progressive regionalization, because thereby we move towards a larger, more stable, more cooperative units. 2011, Putin wrote, "We suggest a powerful supranational association capable of becoming one of the poles in modern world, serving as an efficient bridge between Europe and the dynamic Asia-Pacific region. Alongside other key players and regional structures such as the European Union, the United States, China, EPIC, the Eurasian Union will help ensure global sustained development." Sustained development, of course, represents the pinnacle of the Western global visions of a new order, centralized global control over a facet of human life. Yes, this is exactly what Putin's taken you to.